everyone, my name is Holden Hardman. Thank you so much for joining us again for another video. Today we're watching Black Panther. The last time we saw Black Panther was in Captain America Civil War. He had a really cool opening, really cool intro. This movie opens up a lot of world building for the whole MCU. So there's not a whole lot that I can talk about just going into it. What are your initial thoughts going in?
I mean, it's Catman. That's all I know. That he is a Catman.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say if I know what to expect or what I expect. I really don't expect anything because I know zip. But I have heard good things. And after Civil War, in some of the comments, I noticed that the actor Chadwick Boseman passed away. So I was really sad to hear that. It'll be interesting to see what this movie is about. I'm sure they're going to give some backstory to the character, which I'm really interested. I feel like I really didn't get enough of the character in Civil War, so it'll be interesting to see what this movie's about.
I was hoping that you wouldn't have found out about him passing away until after, just on the off chance that you knowing that would kind of lean your view more favorably towards the movie, that I thought might have been unfair knowing that. Do you think that that will be the case?
I don't think that it'll affect the outcome at all for me. I feel like I'm pretty steadfast on if I like a movie, I like it. If I don't, I don't. I don't let any factors affect that. It's obviously sad that the guy passed away, but, you know, that's not gonna bias my opinion.
We're gonna go ahead and just jump into it. Black Panther. But first, message from today's sponsor. Special thanks to DreamTech for sponsoring today's video. Introducing the L10 Pro Robot Cleaner. It was just released in May and we've had it for about a month now and it's pretty sweet. It has precise navigation, 3D environment mapping, and intelligent object recognition avoidance. You can even hook it up to Alexa if you want to. And after it's mapped out your home, you can use the My Home app to send it to specific areas for cleaning. It has various strengths of cleaning from low suction to turbo.
I knew I should have gotten the turbo.
The battery is also really good, lasting around 2.5 hours, and after it cleans, it goes back to its charging port anyway. I've never seen the battery go below 75% personally, even after cleaning my place. Oh, and the cool thing about the L10 Pro is that it mops also. So that's pretty sweet, my guy. It's also really easy to clean out, and I know that every company says that about their stuff, and once you get it, it's a pain, but this actually is really easy. You just pop off this thing and toss it in the trash. Easy peasy. You can get it through Amazon with my discount code for 10% off. The link will be in the description below, so make sure you check it out.
A meteorite made of vibranium, the strongest substance in the universe, struck the continent of Africa. 5 tribes settled on it and called it Wakanda. The Wakandans used vibranium to develop technology more advanced than any other nation. To keep vibranium safe, the Wakandans vowed to hide in plain sight.
I've been there. They actually shot that in Atlanta.
Hide the straps.
Stole a quarter ton of vibranium from us and triggered the bomb at the border to escape.
You remember him in Age of Ultron?
Tell me why you betrayed Wakanda.
I did no such thing. Sanabado. What? Did you let me?
Leave him. Did you think that you were the only spy we sent here? You will return home at once, face the council, and inform them of your crimes.
No. Solid intro.
Yeah.
The succession of the throne is expected to fall to the oldest of the king's 2 children, Prince T'Challa.
No need to call you. I can handle this alone.
Just don't freeze.
What are you talking about? I never freeze.
The engine's there. Ours too.
Oh, that'd be scary.
Coming. Coming.
Gosh.
Nakia. I want it.
Hey! I have her. Wallahi, I will shoot her right.
You froze.
gets old.
Take her to the river province to prepare her for the ceremony.
Yes, General.
Did he freeze?
An antelope in headlights.
Can't wait to see what kind of update you make to your ceremonial outfits.
You're telling me the expert.
It's Michael B. Jordan.
He looks a lot like Nick Cannon.
19th century.
Also from Benin, 7th century, in Fula tribe, I believe.
It was taken by British soldiers in Benin, but it's from Wakanda. And it's made out of vibranium. Don't trip. I'm gonna take it off your hands for you. We got all this security in here watching me ever since I walked in. But you ain't checking for what you put in your body. Hey, can somebody get some help? Come here. Call the doctor, please.
Jeez.
Good lord. It's okay.
You can go, but just don't tell anyone, all right?
Oh my goodness.
You're not telling me that's vibranium too, huh?
No, I'm just feeling it.
So I'm assuming that's a real language.
Yeah, I think so.
I, Zuri, give to you the Black Panther. Victory in ritual combat comes by yield or death. A path to the throne. Is there any member of a royal blood who wishes to challenge for the throne? M'Baku, you want to hand the nation over to this prince who could not keep his own father safe.
Is any of this like CGI? Like them fighting? I know probably
The environment pretty much is, but
Where is your god now?
oh,
it's like watching WWE.
Just a boy.
there you go. Thanks, Ma.
Uh-oh.
I am Prince T'Challa, son of King T'Chaka. You can do this.
There you go.
Don't make me kill you. I would rather die. Your people need you. And now present to you King T'Challa, the Black Panther.
So the Black Panther is a title that's been handed down. He's not the first Black Panther.
Right, yeah.
Allow the hardship to restore the powers of the Black Panther. Come here to your son.
Cool.
I'm sorry. Stand up. You are a king.
Who directed this movie?
Brian Coogler.
I am not ready to be without you. Tell me how to best protect Wakanda. I want to be a great king, Baba. You're going to struggle.
So you'll need to surround yourself with people you trust.
You're a good man. It's hard for a good man to be king. It was my father.
Come home, Nakia.
I'm right here.
Stay.
I've seen too many in need just to turn a blind eye. I can't be happy here knowing that there's people out there who have nothing. We could provide aid and access to technology and refuge to those who need it.
We could lose our way of life.
Wakanda is strong enough to help others and protect ourselves at the same time.
In some ways, they're like touching on the issue of immigration.
Yeah.
the U.S.
They touch on a few issues throughout as well.
66.
Can people see Wakanda or
So they have like,
access it?
they basically have like a ruse to the rest of the world that they're like this dirt poor country.
So they can't be found?
Right, unless you were to like walk through their little force field thing. It's like hidden.
And what are these?
The real question is, what are those? What are those? Why do you have your toes out in my lab? Fully automated. And I made them completely sound absorbent. Guess what I call them? Sneakers. Exhibit A.
It's kind of like 007.
Yeah, I know.
Functional, but old.
Nice.
It's morphin' time.
The entire suit sits within the teeth of the necklace.
To strike it. You didn't say how hot.
Delete that footage.
Are they supposed to be like trying to fly under the radar?
The buyer is likely already here.
Eyes up. Americans. I count 3.
How could you miss Grease Lightning there behind you?
Just spotted an old friend who works for the CIA. Agent Ross.
Your Highness.
You are buying from Claw.
Give you Zemo. Didn't I keep it under wraps that the king of a third world country runs around in a bulletproof catsuit?
You know what? I think I'll just take these, bring them over here for safekeeping.
6 more. It's a setup.
I was going to buy a fancy suitcase, but I thought I'd save myself some money.
It's not.
Oof, gosh.
They are heavy on the girl power.
Yeah.
You look just like your old man. I made it rain.
Hello, Andy Serkis. All right, it's morphin' time. Black Panther power. Yeah. No.
Don't worry about it. You're doing great.
Oof.
Jesus.
Look at your suit. You've been taking bullets, charging it up with kinetic energy.
Oh, jeez.
Did you think we would forget? Where did you get this weapon?
You savages didn't deserve it.
Oh, jeez.
Mercy.
Every breath you take is mercy from me.
Hi, Konkani.
Let's go, huh? I'm doing you guys a favor by letting you even be in here. You're telling me that weapon on your arm is from Wakanda?
Bingo.
Wakanda is a third world country, and you stole all their vibranium.
They have a mountain full of it. They've been mining it for thousands of years, and they still haven't scratched the surface.
You believe the word of an arms dealer strapped to a chair?
Jeez.
Jesus.
He just jumped in front of me. I don't think he'll make it here. It hit his spine.
We can save him.
How do we justify bringing him into our borders?
He took a bullet for me.
As king, it is your duty to protect
I'm well aware of my
ours.
duties, General.
Great, another broken white boy for us to fix. This is going to be fun.
Where is Claw?
He slipped through our hands.
For 30 years, your father was in power and did nothing. With you, I thought it'd be different.
Just drop us off in Wakanda.
You know where to go there, boy?
Yeah, I do. Put your guns down now!
I'm sorry.
Did he shoot her?
Yeah.
You really want to go to Wakanda? This is what they do.
I ain't worried about no brand. Check these out. Each one is for a kill.
To think I saw you as some crazy American.
No. What?
He's Wakandan.
Is he a traitor or is he undercover?
We'll have to wait and find out.
He helped
Is it
escape
his
from
brother?
us. Do not
Good
tell
theory.
me what is possible. Tell me the truth. Some truths are too much to bear. I promised the king to say nothing. I am your king now!
Oof.
I mean, he has a point.
Your uncle took a war dog assignment in America. Your father placed me there. Your uncle fell in love with an American woman. They had a child.
All over the planet, our people suffer because they don't have the tools to fight back.
So it's his cousin?
Betrayed us.
Yeah.
No. He threw his weapon on me. Your father killed his own brother to save my life.
Jeez.
And the child left him.
Oh no. So the imprint on their inner lip is by blood is just placed
I
there?
don't know if it's by blood or... I guess so. Because he's never been to Wakanda before, so...
Mm-hmm.
All right, where am I?
Don't scare me like that, colonizer.
My name is Everett. Okay, is this Wakanda?
No, it's Kansas.
The light panels, where are they?
Sonic stabilizers. Vibranium is too dangerous to be transported at that speed, so I developed a way to temporarily deactivate it.
He's really giving this intelligence officer a lot of information.
I know, right?
Wakandan.
He's not a Wakandan. He's one of ours.
He killed his own brother and left a child behind.
You can't let your father's mistakes define who you are.
Only reason I don't kill you where you stand is because I know who you are.
I want the throne.
Hey!
Found my daddy with panther claws in his chest. You ain't the son of a king, you a son of a murderer.
Nice!
I'm afraid not, Queen Mother.
I'm exercising my blood right. The challenge for the mantles of King and Black Panther. I accept your challenge.
I thought that there was like a specific period of time that they bring all the nations together to challenge for the throne if they wanted to.
They're saying that he's able to challenge him based off of like his birthright or whatever.
King will now have the strength of the Black Panther stripped away.
I lived my entire life waiting for this moment. I killed just to get here. I took life from my own brothers and sisters right here on this continent. Just so I could kill you.
Jeez. Hey.
He is slicing and dicing.
This is for my father. I am the cause of your father's death, not him.
I'll take you both, Uncle James.
Oh, not Mr. Whitaker.
Forrest.
No! Buddy! Is this your king? Huh?
Oh, jeez.
What are you loyal to?
I loved him. I loved my country too.
Then you serve your country.
No, I save my country.
The powers of the Black Panther and take you to the ancestral plane.
So his dad pretty much left.
What did I tell you about going into my
Yeah.
tomb?
The entire story.
I gave you a key, hoping that you might see it someday. Yes.
Breathe, my king, breathe.
It's all of it.
Yes. So when it comes time for another king, we will be ready.
Another king. Yeah, go ahead and burn all that.
It is our tradition.
Burn it all!
It's gonna take one of these.
The world's gonna start over, and this time we're on top. The sun will never set on the Wakandan Empire.
The new king is a U.S. The new king.
One more word, and I will feed you to my children. I'm kidding, we are vegetarians.
This is why we are here. Only you can help us stop him.
Come with me.
Impossible.
He's in a coma, barely clinging to life.
Give him an air hole, maybe.
Jan, why didn't you bring the boy home? You were wrong to abandon him. I chose my people.
You are wrong! All of you are wrong!
I cannot rest where he sits on the throne. I must right these wrongs.
If he's not dead, doesn't that automatically...
Oh, you're talking about Killmonger wouldn't be king technically? Yeah, you're right.
I could use an army as well.
I bet you could. But no.
War dogs in London, New York, and Hong Kong are standing by.
That's where all Doctor Strange's sanctums are.
The world's gonna find out exactly who we are.
Yeah.
What's up? I never yielded! As you can see, I am not dead! Get those brains in the air, carry out the mission!
I mean, why are they listening to him?
So they want to do it. Some of them do.
Man, kill this clown.
The challenge is not complete.
What will we do?
A lot of them.
Yeah, that's pretty much that whole tribe. Morphin time.
Full of hatred. You're
Oh no.
not fit
Oh god.
to be a king.
Yeah. Hey, what are you doing, dude? You gonna fight the Black Panther like that? Jeez. Got armored rhinos. Got armored rhinos coming in, guys.
Wakanda forever.
Oh, shh.
Reminds me of Tron. Or little disc things.
I made it American style for you. Get in.
It's like a video game mission.
I'm on it.
Jeez.
Here goes nothing.
Oh. A long fall.
Turn on the train on the bottom track.
The stabilizers won't deactivate your suit.
I learned from my enemies.
You have become them. You will destroy the world, Wakanda included. Surrender now!
Nice.
Witness the might of the Jabari.
Oh, jeez.
Yes!
Drop your weapon.
Would you kill me, my love?
For Wakanda. Without question.
This is it for you, cousin. Our Pop said Wakanda was the most beautiful thing you ever seen. He promised he was gonna show it to me one day. Kid from Oakland running around believing in fairy tales. It's beautiful.
Maybe we can still heal you.
So you can just lock me up? Nah, just bury me in the ocean. With my ancestors that jumped from the ships, they knew death was better than bondage.
Thank you. You saved my family.
It was my duty to fight for what I love. I should have...
I think I know a way you can still fulfill your calling.
When you said you would take me to California for the first time, I thought you meant Coachella or Disneyland.
This is where our father killed our uncle. I bought this building. And that building. And that one over there. This will be the first Wakanda International Outreach Center.
You're kidding.
Yeah?
Like a Bugatti spaceship!
Oh, it came out of nowhere. Did y'all see that?
Hey, yo! This yours? Who are you?
My name is King T'Challa. I am the sovereign ruler of the nation of Wakanda. Wakanda will no longer watch from the shadows. We cannot. We all know the truth. More connects us than separates us. We must find a way to look after one another. One single tribe.
Are you playing around with that man again?
No.
You're teasing him again.
I'm not.
Rest.
What the?
Remember they frozen at the end of Civil War in Wakanda?
Good morning, Sergeant Barnes.
Bucky, thank you.
Well, he chose to be, right?
Yeah.
Much more for you to learn.
Okay, just finished watching Black Panther. What did you think?
There was a lot going on with this movie. It was a lot heavier tone than some of the other movies, but I have to say, I think so far this is my favorite MCU movie.
Really?
Yeah. I really, really liked it. I want to make sure I cover everything. The character of T'Challa, I really, really like. I respect him. I admire him. I think that he's a great leader, great character, just overall. I think they did a really, really good job of showing that in this movie. It had a lot of twists too, which I really, really enjoyed. I liked the angle of his cousin, the
Killmonger.
The fact that his father was killed by T'Challa's father. I thought that was a very unique way to go. Visually, I thought that it looked really, really good. I don't know how much of it was like CGI, obviously like the rhinos were, but I really, really enjoyed the fight scenes as well. It was nice to kind of get away from just like the traditional weapons that we've seen in the MCU so far. This was very different from all the other MCU movies, and that may be why I enjoy it so much. I did not think I was going to love it as much as I did. The guy that led the Jabari, I really liked his character. I'm glad that they kind of brought him back and they kind of made peace with him. Forrest Whitaker, I did not know he was gonna be in this movie, and they could not have picked a better actor. He did such a great job. There was a lot of heavy comparisons to the subject of immigration, and you know, I can understand it from both points. T'Challa wanted to protect his people at the end of the day. I understood why he did that. And then you also have Nakia. She was also bringing up the points of, well, we can help so many people with the resources that we have and the technology that we have. And I was like, well, you know what? That's a good point too. But at the end of the day, T'Challa's main responsibility was to protect his people. That had to be first and foremost. And that's what he did. So again, I really respect his character. I really enjoy how they portrayed his character. The actor that played him, Chadwick Boseman. I'm not very familiar with him. I don't know if he's in any previous films prior to Black Panther, but if he was, I would very much watch them because he was so great in this movie. I really, really enjoyed it. I think so far, like I said, it's probably my favorite MCU movie.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of feelings on the movie, ranging from just the filmmaking side to the story side. I really love the sort of philosophical issues that they bring up. There's a lot of like social justice issues, immigration being one of them. They joke about Agent Ross being a colonizer and stuff, you know, which is how they would feel towards white people. There's a lot of racial focus in the movie. A kind of tug that was going on throughout the movie with T'Challa was Wakanda's role in the rest of the world, specifically with how they are approaching or not approaching Black people throughout the world. So one of the things that Killmonger is basically saying is like, these colonizers came to Africa, enslaved all of our people over, you know, hundreds of years ago, and Wakandans did nothing. And you know, he has a point. And I think that T'Challa at one point was like, I'm not the king of the world. You know, I'm king of Wakanda, these are my people. And you have Nakia who's like, we can do more for the world, we can help and reach out. So I feel like at the end of the day, both T'Challa and Killmonger agreed that Wakanda is not doing enough for the rest of the world, for the rest of the people of Africa as a whole. Killmonger's solution was to arm Black people throughout the world to take over and essentially become colonizers themselves, with themselves at the very top. And T'Challa was like, no, we can reach out and have a refugee program. We can, there's other ways to go about it without trying to enslave, become the people you claim to hate yourself. I just thought that was interesting that they both agree on the central premise, but disagree on how to go about it.
I agree too. I think that overall they had the same goal of wanting to help others. But Killmonger, I feel, was obviously very aggressive in his plan to do that. T'Challa, I think, had the ability to kind of see beyond what would happen if they shared their technology with the rest of the world. And I honestly think that T'Challa made a very smart observation that maybe the rest of the world was not ready for that. Again, it all goes back to, like, I really respect him. I think that he's very smart. I think that he did the right thing. He did what he needed to do. And the only complaint that I have about this movie is the final fight between T'Challa and Killmonger, I thought was a little bit of a letdown. I thought that it could have been developed a little more. I know that they were in like the underground train area. Thought that that would have just been a little more developed. But I also, on the other side of that, understood that T'Challa did not want to necessarily fight him. It was not a fight where he was putting in 150% in killing him. I think that he was always waiting for him to kind of ring that white flag and be like, all right, you know what? I can't beat you. I think he recognized that's his family. He doesn't want to kill the man. He was put in a position where he felt he had to. So I do understand why they ended that fight the way that they did, where T'Challa basically brought him up to the sunrise or whatnot, and then he ended up passing away. But that's the only complaint that I have. As far as like the whole movie, that was it. I feel like I was really, really quiet during the movie just because I was like, what is gonna happen next. There was a lot going on, but I was able to follow it. So I thought it was it was good.
When I think about like Killmonger's motivation, he very much still had that like hurt boy motivation. He wanted revenge.
Pain, yeah.
So he was like just totally revenge motivated. I've been hurt, so therefore I want to hurt others. Very immature kind of response at the end of the day. But it happened when he was a kid, still probably traumatized by it.
Mm-hmm.
And really, whenever they're explaining like the achievements that he had in life, he was a very successful person. They implied that he was sort of in this lower socioeconomic upbringing in Oakland, California, to grow up to be an MIT grad, going and serving in this like black ops military thing. And for that entire time to still harbor that much hatred and revenge, totally motivated by trying to take over or kill the king of Wakanda, I think is interesting.
When they were going over all that information, I took that as, not that he would not have been good at what he did if what happened didn't happen, but I don't know. I think that because of the way that the events happened and the pain that he went through, I think that's probably why he was as good as he was at killing people. And I mean, that's what it was. He had those scars all over his body, which indicated like the number of kills that he had, which was absolutely insane. So it's kind of sad to think about that something like that could make him just so good at killing people. That's so sad, because obviously I feel like with his character, if it was directed in the right place, or if him and T'Challa had met or crossed paths earlier, it might have gone very differently. He could have been an asset to Wakanda. So that's something that I thought about in the movie, how that would have gone. He wasn't a traditional villain, because he had this connection to T'Challa with regards to their family line. And I think that made it a little bit easier for me to kind of understand. I understand what he's trying to do. He's obviously going about it completely wrong, but I understand. And I definitely was curious about how it could have ended if things went differently. But I thought he was a great actor.
One thing you mentioned was the final fight sequence and how you felt it was fell a little flat, I guess. One of the reasons for that is that was one of the final VFX sequences that they were working on. And the way that they schedule and pump out these Marvel movies at this point, where they're doing 3, sometimes 4 per year, they had like 6 weeks to 2 months to finalize the CG for that final sequence. So it's actually a common complaint about the movies that the final fight sequence, the VFX wasn't fully completed. They just didn't have enough time. One of my main complaints about the movie, especially the ritual fight sequence they had, is that the background, it didn't look like it was real. Where they were fighting, like their actual, like in the water was all real, but everything else, like you could tell they were in front of green screens. Even the final sunset sequence, you could tell with T'Challa turning that it didn't look real. Those little moments take me out of it. But we could talk about this for a while, I feel like. What would you rate it?
If it wasn't for that last fight scene, I probably would do a 10.
Really?
But I think a 9.5 is appropriate.
Wow. Yeah. That's pretty high. Matt actually also really, really liked this one. When we first watched it, I was surprised at how high a rating he gave as well. For me, whenever we first watched it, I think I gave it a 7. I think I think I'm still in that ballpark of like, I'd say a 7.5 now. I really, really enjoyed it. It's really good, but that's just how I feel about it.
Is it because of the CG?
Yeah, it was a mixture of the CG. That's just more of like a technical thing. I just feel like there was I don't know if it was a tonality thing that keeps it from really hitting that sweet spot with me. And I think that at the end of the day, that's just what it was. I just don't think that it really hit that sweet spot for me. Structurally, I thought it was really, really good, and I think this is a movie that I have no problem watching again. But for me, it's a 7.5. Really good.
I have to add one thing. I feel like out of all the superhero suits, Black Panther is one of the coolest. Honestly, the fact that his sister developed technology like to absorb basically any danger that came his way, I thought it was brilliant. Also, I didn't understand like why his name was Black Panther. When I first came across him, I absolutely thought it was Catman. But watching this movie now, Black Panther is absolutely appropriate. I think it's a way cooler name. I love it. But like I said, I think that his outfit or his suit is one of my favorites when it comes to like the MCU superhero suits. I really, really liked it. So.
All right, next time is Avengers Infinity War. I'm really looking forward to watching that one with you. Like this video if you enjoyed, helps the channel out a lot. Comment down below letting us know what you think of Black Panther and what you thought of our opinions. This movie is fairly controversial, so I'm sure you'll have a lot to say about it. Subscribe if you want to see more fun content like this. Consider joining my Patreon to get early access to select videos like this, as well as some voting power for movies that I haven't seen on Patreon. As always, we appreciate you watching. We'll catch you in Infinity War. Take care.